Are UFOs dangerous? The Department of Defense thinks they are. We're looking at the pictures of ships that I have taken, that I've documented, beginning around June of 2018 is when I started this journey. And there were thousands of these ships that came in, thousands of them. Too many to count. Every day. And sometimes I shared pictures of them 3 times a day. Okay, this went on for at least a year and a half to 2 years non-stop. And what we're looking at right next to it is some images of, it looks like 2 aliens, extraterrestrials, that I photographed in my yard one evening at nighttime. And I was walking to my she shed or coming back, and I took a picture. And this is what I saw in my picture. I didn't know they were there, although I could feel something. And it looks like the alien grays, the small, look like a small extraterrestrial. It may not be an alien gray, but these beings, they could be very well interdimensional. They have a brow outline you can see right here, and you have the regular image, and then you have an inverted image, and then you have a black and white image, and then you have a I guess a grayscale image. You can see how there are 3 like fingers, whatever they had. The one was covering its face. It didn't like the flash going off in its face. Could I see them with my naked eye? No. But I sensed something, and that's why I took the picture. Okay, I sensed the presence walking towards me. So I hope you can hear me. Oh, let me come over here to my channel. I've got this pulled up on a smaller laptop. I do. Okay, we've got this. That's great, you all. I don't want to... Oh, this is different, Joe. I'm looking at this on a tablet upside down. So this is... it's pretty cool. Hello there, Apple Brooks, Susan B. Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Let me see if I can get this on the live chat. Oopsie. Okay, we got it going, you all. So there are many different types of UFOs. There are many different types of beings, and I heard for some beings it's very disrespectful to call them aliens. Okay, that's disrespectful to them. There are, before I say how many there are, the types of aliens or extraterrestrials. Well, let me get this out of my way. Can you hear me? I hope this is fine. Types of... just for the sake of it, we can see an image here of different types of aliens and or extraterrestrials that people have documented. You can see there's lots of them. Now look at this, is very interesting. Remember Caesar, the coin of Caesar. On the back side of his coin, there was an octopus. There was an octopus on the back side of the coin that Caesar had. Let me put this to me. And I think that video was done. Yeah, it was done right here. See, this is the back side of his coin. Why was there an octopus on the back side of his coin? Because that is showing up as one of the types of aliens that are seen in a movie. It does. And yeah, so we have these different types of aliens that are depicted, and you know, there's gobs of them, all different types. And I'm sure that there's some on here that they don't say, this kind of looks like the ones I had, except I don't think their heads were that big. Maybe this right here. I don't like that right there. That looks kind of, 82. Look, experts declare 82 of them. But I think there's some main types ones like the Arcturians, the Palladians, the Lemur. No, I don't want to look at that. The Lemurians. Let's see. Oh, Zeta Reticula, the gray aliens. This is not supposed to be a nice one. Okay, are we on this page? You all think we are. This is not supposed to be the nice ones, I don't think. Right here. So we have these kind. The most common type. They're 3 to 4 feet tall, large almond-shaped black eyes, and their head is much larger than a regular human's head. And they have no nostrils, no noses, just nostrils, and their arms are usually longer, and they have no more than 3 fingers. So if we put this to me, you can see the image behind me or to the side of me. It looks like these. I'll even bring it over here, you all. Let me bring this up. This is what it looked like. It looks like they have like probably kind of 3 like fingers. Looks kind of strange, like a pincher or something right here. So, yeah, I know it might be a little bit hard. Let me put this back to me. Okay, so they have that many fingers, you all. And they are thought to be the main culprits behind human abductions. And I just want to say this. This is not make-believe that people are being abducted. It's not. It's real. It's happening. And it has been happening for hundreds of years, probably thousands of years. But you can find the stories everywhere you can. People have been abducted. People have seen these beings. I've been on the table. Okay, I have been on the table. I've seen the UFOs. A lot of people seen the UFOs. I've seen the Men in Black. A lot of people seen the Men in Black. Some people have had very bad experiences from different types of beings that have got a hold of them, okay? And some people have had very good experiences. Some people have, and they have no complaints. Now, see, this right here would not be like, this kind of looks a little, I never heard of this little green men right here. They're making that look really kind of scary. The Nordic aliens, okay, I've heard of them. They look like humans, and they would have long blonde hair that would be maintained by both male aliens as well as female. Okay, this is, they're not identifiable even if they walk among a crowd. Okay, so I think that they would blend in. Only way you could identify them is from their extraterrestrial activities. They're angular faces with blue eyes, okay. And the female have a high sex appeal. Then we have the Palladians. Oh, I thought they were one and the same, you all. I didn't know that they were not one and the same. I thought they were. They kind of remind me of the Lord of the Rings, the elves. I think, was that their name, the elves? Yeah. Oh, Michael, honey, you're so welcome. Yes, you are. So, I've learned something new. So, Palladians. The aliens of the Palladian type are characterized by round faces and tall figure, and the rest of the features are soft but detailed. The very overall appearance of the Palladians is a very pleasant one, and although they do not have hair, usually, but if someone has any hair on their heads, the hair is blonde colored, and these aliens are known to be very gentle and peace-loving by nature. So I didn't know that. Did you know that? They said that right here that the overall appearance is a very pleasant one, and they do, although they do not have hair usually, but if someone has any hair on their heads, their hair is blonde colored. Is that true? There are 9 different Palladian races. Thank you, CPS. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for coming on here. The Andromedan aliens. Okay, I've heard of them, the Andromedas. And there are people who do identify with being an Andromedan and a Palladian, maybe a Nordic alien, but the most common I've heard of on this journey, there are people who say that they are Palladian, and some people who say they are the Andromedans. Now, there are people who do channel. Okay, I'm just going to tell you what they do. They channel. They receive messages from Palladians and Andromedans. They do. That's what they say they receive, so I'm not going to tell them they don't. Some may be genuine in telling you what they tell you, and then some may not be as genuine. They may be making it up, but nonetheless, there are people who say that they channel certain types of extraterrestrials, okay? And that's what they do. Let's see about the Andromedans. Okay, let me see if we can bring this down. You would mistake the Andromedan aliens to be humans, as they look almost like humans, with the only difference being in the overall size. These aliens are bipedal energy beings who can read the minds of humans by means of telepathy. Now, I don't think there's very many humans like that on Earth. I really don't. Who you could classify as an Andromedan if they are bipedal energy beings who can read the minds of humans by means of telepathy. There are people who can do that, but I think the vast majority of humans, I don't think they would identify as being Andromedan. I don't, because of that. It's a very unique trait. The reptilian aliens, you all, you know, we've got this. And I hope this is all right. I wasn't planning on doing this, you all. I just got on here and thought I got to do a video. I'm going to do a video, and I'm going to talk about UFOs, and then the aliens come up. I hope that's all right. So we have the reptilians. Now, this is one I've always heard about, and they don't got a good record. They don't, and I doubt they look like that. I think they look kind of, yeah, they can even look really handsome, you know. They can shape shift. They can do it all. So another very common type of alien is the reptilians, and they're very tall, and they have scales over their humanoid body structure. These aliens would have webbed feet and would look more or less like a reptile when you see them for the first time. Now, we do have people who claim that they see these aliens, these shape-shifting reptilians. I've often been said, some people swear up and down that I am a shape-shifting reptilian, and I know there's a lot of other people who, when they have people who troll them and stuff, I'm sure that they've had them tell them, and that too, that they're reptilian. You know, there's people saying that certain newscasters are reptilian, and certain other people, that because you can see them shape-shifting, okay, but that is real what people say. They will go around and they'll say they're shape-shifting, and when they say that about me at times, at first it made me upset over a year or so or two ago, but then I can just giggle and laugh, okay, I can. But nonetheless, that's something, and they're not very nice, okay, the reptilians are not supposed to be nice at all, and to me, that they would be very dangerous, okay. They would. And you have to ask yourself this. Why would they list races of beings if they did not exist? Okay, if they did not exist, why would they even go through the trouble of it? Okay, there are other beings other than human beings. There are. Hello. Yeah. So we got this going on, you all. Oh, the Alpha Draconians. Now, see, this does not sound good at all, you all. They do not. The Alpha Draconians. Okay, there are people who have identified with being reptilian. They have. So I've heard the reptilians, the Andromedans, and the Pleiadians and Nordic aliens. Is that how many we've covered? What was the other ones? The green men. Nobody is, I don't think there's very many. Well, there might be somebody who has identified as a Zeta Reticulan, a gray alien, but I don't know who they would have been. Okay, I don't. But these ones right here I've heard. And I'm sure you've heard too. But the Alpha Draconian, the most corrupt, hostile, and vicious type of aliens are the Alpha Draconian. Look how they said alpha. The alpha. That's the dominating. Yeah. These aliens are believed to have come from Alpha Draconis and are characterized by giant reptilian features. These aliens are about 14 to 22 feet tall and weigh approximately 1,800 pounds or more. They believe themselves to be the rightful owners of the humans who are lesser evolved beings as per their standards. Now, this is really interesting because this is reminds me of the giants. Okay, it reminds me of the giants, and it might remind you also of the giants. Okay, we just did a video about the giants of old. Okay, we did. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, let me see if I can find it on here somewhere, you all. So the giants of old. So this was like the giants of old, and they were around 18 feet. Some were reported to be 40 feet tall, and they were supposed to be like the Nephilim. Okay, that's what these giants were supposed to be, like the Nephilim of old. You know, when the sons of God came down and mated with the daughters of men. Okay, and they had these giant beings. Okay, they did. So I did do a little video just recently to show this would be me 20 feet tall. If I was one of those, I'd be as tall as my tree. I'd go all the way up. Is what I would do. So that's 15 feet tall, 25 feet tall, and that's this giant right here was around 18 feet tall. I would weigh 600 pounds, but if I was a man, I'd weigh a whole lot more. You also, these aliens right here that we were talking about. Let me flip back over here. They're the most corrupt, and they would 14 to 22 feet and weigh approximately 1,800 pounds or more. So they believe they're the rightful owners of the humans, who are lesser evolved beings. Now, while reading that statement right there, that description right there, it reminds me of like the Anunnaki. Okay, it does, because people have stated that, you know, the Anunnakis made humans. So could the Anunnakis be also compared to these Alpha Draconians? Could they? Because the way they're describing it, and I'm not, let me just do a disclaimer about this. I'm not saying the Anunnaki are the Alpha Draconians, but the way they're describing this Alpha Draconian being 14 to 22 feet high, and they're alpha, and they're the rightful owners of humans, who are lesser evolved beings. It kind of reminds me of the description. Okay, it's my disclaimer. I'm not saying it's one and the same, but I don't know why they read it like that. I don't. Which way you're going to keep on moving on, you all. We can move on. We will. So yeah, let's keep doing that. Yeah, some people claim they are one and the same. See, this is the very first time that I personally have read this description right here of the Alpha Draconians. I did not know that there was a difference between the reptilians and the Alpha Draconians. I thought the reptilians and the Alpha Draconians were one and the same, but then it brings in the Anunnaki. It does. It brings in the Anunnaki now in my mind, okay? And I'm saying anything about it. So let's go on to the Syrians. Okay, we've heard of the Syrians. Hello. So they are types of aliens that, in spite of having a humanoid structure, prefer to live around in the water. These aquatic aliens are mostly found in oceans and lakes where there is huge depth. They are known to have come from the Sirius B star system. The Sirius alien, the Syrians. So perhaps that would be one reason why at least 82% of the oceans around the world have not been studied. They have not been nothing. They've been left alone. Is it because they have Syrians, aliens living down there, beings living in the oceans? Yeah. So this is interesting. It is. You know, and they had the movie The Man from Atlantis. He had webbed fingers. Okay, we have now. See, this is getting really strange. Now we have the Anunnaki aliens. Okay, now we have the Anunnaki. The ancient Sumerians used to worship the Anunnaki as their god. The Anunnaki is nothing but aliens that had visited the planet on Earth around 4,000 years ago with the intention of enslaving humans. to carry out the farm work with them. The Anunnaki aliens look exactly like humans, but they are slightly larger than the aliens, with the average height being 8 to 9 feet. These aliens are believed to have come from Nibiru, the 12th planet in our solar system, which lies beyond Pluto and is yet to be discovered. Now, why would they say this, you all? And I don't know who this is. Proofofalien.com. Okay, this just popped up and I clicked onto this. I've not heard this this explained like this before either. So then who are the Anunnaki? Or they're totally different and now they're only 8 to 9 feet tall. And then you have the Alpha Draconians who are 14 to 22 feet tall. And then we have these reptilians. Okay. So this is really strange because now we have like 3 beings that this particular place is describing as being, I don't know about that, I really don't. Now we have the Octurians. Didn't we just, with the Octurians, okay, we've heard of the Octurians, I have. So let's look at this. They are usually 4 to 5 feet tall with large heads and blue skin. The rest of their bodies are highly disproportionate. These type of aliens are believed to be the most ancient race of the entire Milky Way, and they are considered very intelligent, experienced, and innovative. I didn't know that. I really didn't. I was thinking that Octurians, based on pictures that I seen, well, I knew they had like a big head and they were kind of bluish, but I thought they were tall. Okay, I thought they were tall. So then that makes me think, see this right next to me, it makes me think, well, what if in my yard it wasn't alien grays? Okay, what if it was like Octurians? Okay, because they have a large head too and a prominent, looks like brow. Also, a brow bone. This is really interesting. Dracos are you all, I hope this is okay. Okay, so that was the end of that, you all, with these extraterrestrials. This is just like 10 types of beings, and Andromedans, Pleiadians, and Nordic aliens, and these peoples right here. Okay, that was those. Let me bring this back here, you all. I don't want to... Since I put this in here, let's just put this right here. Okay, we can do this since we used it. Stick it in there. And then type that, close that out is what we can do. So, and this is the recent, this is the news, okay, right here. They're saying the UFOs are dangerous, the Department of Defense. Okay, that's what they're saying. And why would they say that they're dangerous? Because they cannot fight them? Because their technology is far more superior than that of Earth? Now, that very well could be true. The technology that is used by a superior race of beings, I'm sure, is a lot more superior. And we wouldn't stand a chance. That's why we need to be very careful. Okay, we really do. Who we label an enemy and who we don't. So these are just some images. I guess these are fictitious. I don't even know what this is right here. What does that even signify? See, there you can look at all kinds of pictures out here. You can, because they're out here, and I think that they do at times. The movies like to portray extraterrestrials or aliens as very horrific, evil beings, and they just want to label them as aliens. And what if they're all not like that? What if there are some that are very peaceful, very loving, very kind, and we have the opposite on Earth that does not like those loving, kind, peaceful aliens, extraterrestrials, and they want to battle with them. Okay, battle of two races, excluding the humans. Okay, so what if that happens? Okay, we have an evil alien race who literally is enslaving humanity, And then you have a benevolent race of beings that come to Earth to try to rescue like humanity, and the evil beings do not want to let go of humanity at all. And then the fight ensues, and then a lot of lives get lost in the process. So what if that is the case also? It could be. You never know. Now see, this is really what I flipped up on right here. When I first opened up this, I typed in UFOs. Let me show you what my I don't even know what I typed in. I typed in something, and this was the very first thing that popped up, UFO casebook. I thought, well, I don't even know why it popped up, but I guess they have it to pop up. So in May the 17th of 2022, UFOs pose a real danger, Department of Defense says, but aliens aren't to blame, probably. So there was a meeting today, and I only heard about it. I didn't read nothing about it. I'm sure some people might have watched it, and some people probably read about it. But there was a meeting, and who knows what will come out of it. So the defense officials on Tuesday confirmed that unidentified flying objects are real and pose a potential serious threat to the country. However, they aren't panicking about aliens invading America anytime soon. That's because military officials believe that nearly all of the unexplained events could be explained with more research and observation. So to do that, they need military members to be more open to reporting the mystery objects without fear of being laughed off as science fiction conspiracy theorists. So if indeed that's what it is, so people make fun of people anyhow. There's a whole channel that dedicates all of their time to making fun of anyone who is different than they do. That's all their videos are based on, making fun of others and calling them idiots, conspiracy theorists, flat earth idiots, all this kind of stuff. That's what their whole channels are about, making fun of other people. This is, I don't know what to say about this, but this is what happened. So look at this. They got these objects like this. So triangular UFO sighted over Canada, something flying. So we can see that. A silent UFO was pictured by a couple during a sunset walk in Ontario. A strange object seemingly crashes to the earth during a lightning storm in Texas. A glowing UFO disc caught in video in Bangkok. We can let you see what these would look like up close, which there really isn't really much to look at. But that's okay. You all can... Let me type this right here. Since I'm using this, I'm going to stick this in the live stream. You may want to go look at it. You may not, but if you want to, there it is. Right there. Let's look at this UFO casebook. I just want to see what type of images they've got. Okay, they can't really make out what any of these are. I've seen that showed by somebody. Oh, that's it, you all. That is it. Just saw these different things right here. Okay, I've seen this in the sky today, right here. Not the black triangular UFO, but when I was doing a Facebook video today, at the end of my, toward the end of my video, underneath the sun, there was a huge triangle shape that appeared right under the sun during my Facebook video, and it was white. And you know that some of the FAA webcams have that triangular shape on them. If you go to them on certain webcams, there are triangles all over the place, and you have to ask yourself why. Why are there triangles always showing up all over the place? Because we can type it in, FAA webcam triangles. Let's see if we got some images of them. Well, no, they ain't got no good images on here, you all. Nobody shared the images, so we not going to look at them. Okay, we're not, but you can go to the FAA webcam right here. Let me see if we can. Data is refreshing. So let's see. We can like shrink this down, and some of these webcams that you go to will have triangular shapes on them. I don't think it's this one, but you can click into these. Y'all, if you haven't went to the FAA webcam, this is the new webcams that you can go to. I'm going to stick that in here too because it's sometimes worth looking at. There we go. So if we were to go here, you can like open it up. You can look at the camera loop, and you can just keep clicking through it, and it just shows you what happens with all this kind of stuff. But you would want to pick something that the sun is showing up in, like this. And I doubt this one right here will show any, but you can still like click through it. And not all, look how big that sun is. You know, that's not normal. Okay, it shouldn't be that big. In all actuality, it's probably a teeny tiny circle, smaller than the hand up here that's pointing at it. See, look at that. Now it looks like it's in two pieces right there, like being squeezed, and then it's big again. Boom, that's it of that. But you can go there. You can go to this FAA. I know I'm jumping all over, but I'm not jumping too far over. Really, I'm not. Just a tad bit, okay. Oopsie, I don't even know what that is, you all. Just tipping over. But if you wanted to go there, you click on these little airplanes right here that have circles on them. Okay, yeah, this is going to get us, you all. Let's look at this, okay. If that's okay, we can get to it. You all, I can't even tell if I've got this screen flipped over or not. That's okay, you all. Let's look at this camera loop. Okay, let's make this up here because maybe we can see a triangle on here, maybe or maybe not. I don't know if this is one of them, but that's what we can do. We can look, see, there's something showing up already. This just doesn't make sense. There's something, it's like a diamond shape on this this one right here. The sun shouldn't look like that, but it does. Oh, look at this. See, this is really strange too. Look at the halo around it. And you know, that's seen a lot of places around the world, the halo that gets around the sun, but this is like a diamond shape. If you haven't seen them, it shouldn't look like that, but it does. So that's just one of those, and you know, we've already looked at that. Let me put this back to me, US. So we got these, we got the Anunnaki. Some say that the Anunnaki, they're coming back. They do. They say the Anunnaki are coming back to Earth. And like this is supposed to be like one of the Anunnaki. And now look closely. Doesn't that remind you of the Skeksis? Because some of this, I'm not being disrespectful. I'm not being disrespectful to the Anunnaki. Okay, I'm not. But on the Skeksis with the dark crystal, the Skeksis and the peaceful ones, I forget who they were called, they split, the two split. You had the evil and then you had the good. Okay, you had the one was good and one was evil. I guess you could say there was an Inky and there was an Enlil, or they just depict the good and the bad. But on the evil Skeksis, they were bird-like beings. Okay, they were. So the Anunnaki are supposed to be coming back. Look at that. I wouldn't want an Anunnaki like that. I would not. But you've seen this image right here. And there's lots about them. There's lots about the Anunnaki. They say that you can find references to the Anunnaki in the book of Genesis, the creation story and stuff, and the Sumerian tablets, all of that right there, you all. And I do believe that there is history with them. There really is. And we just haven't been, the history's out there. You can't say that it's been hidden because, you know, if you haven't went and looked for it, then you're going to, yeah, you got to look for it. Okay, that's what you got to do. You got to look at it, look for it. So I don't think that all UFOs are dangerous. I don't think that they, look at the Army Times, UFOs pose a real danger. See, they got this one thing right here. It's just you can't make it out. Okay, you really can't make it out. If I was to look at this, I'd think, well, that looks like some type of a being with something hanging down, or really it's like a big old black bulb. And you know, they bound to have gotten a better image than that. Okay, they bound to have, but that's, we don't see it. You know, they got good images. They bound to. Better than that right there. So That's the only one they show. Okay, I wish they would show, like, say, images like that. If I can get images like that, then they can get images like that. They can. They really can. And this is with my iPhone 8. Okay, they can get these images of these type of ships. I wonder why they're not talking about these type of ships. Really wonder why they're not. See, that would be interesting. Why are you not talking about these light ships? Why must we see this right here as an example of a UFO? Yeah, see, that's the one thing I don't get when they do things like that. Okay. So that's, look, Pentagon officials have testified on the UFOs in a rare meeting on Tuesday. It took them more than a half of a century, okay, half of a century to do that. So why so long? Why so long? Because when Admiral Byrd went to see, you know, the Middle Earth, that was back in around 1947 or so, 48 or something like that, and then you have the Dead Sea Scrolls that all of a sudden they were found. You have Israel becoming a nation. You have the Roswell incident. There's lots of things that started happening when stuff like that happened. Okay, it is. And there's supposed to be a group of species of aliens or extraterrestrials or beings that live inside the Earth. That is a theory. Okay, there is. And is there a race of beings who live inside the Earth? There could be. I wouldn't doubt it. Okay, we have animals that, you know, go inside the Earth. They do. They're beings also. But I think there could be beings, you know, like hobbits. They can live underground. And if you think about the Lord of the Rings, you have those beings that come out of the ground too. So there's so much talk about UFOs. There's so much talk about aliens. And there's many different types of races of beings out there that people who have personally encountered on a personal level, okay, they know what they've encountered, they know what they've saw, they know what they've heard, okay, and same thing with the ships in the sky, the UFOs. No one's going to tell someone who has had a sighting or an encounter that it did not happen, okay, because if you tell me that whatever I experienced and whatever I seen did not happen, I'm not even going to listen to you. I'm not, because I know what I saw. I know what I experienced, and so do a lot of other people. Okay, you can't take that away from us. Okay, you can't. What we experienced, what we saw was real. And I think we all want to know, when will we get some real information coming out, some real disclosure coming out, other than like a little blur, okay, and fragmented pieces of data that is put forward. When will we get a lot more credible evidence and acknowledgments coming out for the whole public globally to hear and see? So that's the question. I don't think all UFOs are dangerous. I think we have a lot of dangerous things happening on the Earth among humans. Okay, I do. Yeah. There's a lot of dangerous things happening and have happened throughout history, throughout the course of human history. Okay, so UFOs, some might be dangerous, but, you know, some things that we build and fly and drive, and they're dangerous if used by the wrong individuals. Okay, they are. So with that being said, thank you all for joining, and thank you, moderators. Thank you for all your all's comments. So hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello from my heart to yours. Love you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, you all. And thank you for listening. And I would encourage you to do your own research. I would. And decide for yourself, you know, based on what you find, whether or not you feel that UFOs are dangerous and or other types of beings are dangerous. Thank you and good night.